We start with some sad news to share with you in Spotlight. Winnipeg composer, producer, and playwright Danny Schur has died following a short battle with brain cancer. Schur was best known for his creation Strike the Musical, which he brought to global audiences. The passion and politics behind Winnipeg's famous 1919 general strike was what it was about. The musical was later adapted as a motion picture titled Stand. Over a career spanning more than 35 years, the Juno Award-winning Schur had also worked with recording artists such as Chantal Kreviazuk and McMaster and James. Danny Schur was 56. Gordon Lightfoot.
Winnipeg composer and producer Danny Schur died yesterday from brain cancer.
The story as I framed it is as a triumph of the underdog, which I think Winnipeg really relates to.
Schur is most widely known for his telling of the story of the 1919 general strike. He was the force behind the musical Strike, the story of which was later turned into the feature film you just saw, a clip of Stand. Schur worked with pop stars as a producer early on, Chantal Kreviazuk and McMaster and James, as well as country group Doc Walker. Danny Schur was 56 years old. Howard Kruger is a longtime fan of and friend of Danny's. Howard, I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, thank you.
What have we lost as a province in losing Danny?
Oh, we have lost a lot. You know, Danny was just this talented force of nature. He would not take no for an answer, and he got a lot of things done as a consequence. He was a gifted musician, songwriter, playwright, music producer, film producer, and educator, and just a wonderful guy. I have never met anybody like him. He really knew how to move the needle. And I think what was so unique about Danny, he had this amazing skill set, and the skill sets that he had and the connections that he had, he could have gone anywhere. But he chose to stay in Winnipeg. He could have left the city a long time ago and go off to, to Toronto, Vancouver, or wherever, or the States. But he loved Winnipeg, and he felt this city had so many unique stories to tell. And I guess Winnipeg had that unique pull on him that it has on so many creative types. He was fascinated by the history of the city. And he wanted his cake and eat it too. I think he wanted creative freedom, and he wanted a close-knit family life too, and he had it all.
We've got him here where he was producing and directing a film about Terry Sawchuk, and he was so proud of his Ukrainian roots here in Manitoba. Yeah. What do you think it was about that made him tick?
Well, he just he felt it was important to know where you came from, and his Ukrainian roots were just an important part of who he was. And I mean, we're talking about a guy who was born in Ethelbert, and moved to Winnipeg to go to school, and he was so smart and so skilled, but there was also this kind of, I'm not going to say country bumpkin, but there was just something so like lovable about him. He was just so down to earth, and I think that's what helped him move the needle and get the things done that he needed to get done.
Move the needle and raise a lot of money for the arts to create these things, which is not an easy job to do without annoying a lot of people. Danny seemed to do it without annoying a lot of people. That's a magic touch.
Absolutely, Janet. I mean, he was fearless. He seemed content on waiting through 1,000 no's to get a yes. And he willed things to happen, and they happened. And of course, we're talking huge projects that he was able to get to, to the stage and screen. I actually remember him sending me, 'cause I've known Danny for close to 40 years, actually. And I remember him sending me a cassette tape of a 15-year-old Chantal Kreviazuk. I mean, the guy had an ear for talent and being able to pick talent and be able to work with them and develop them. And he was, he was just, he was so multifaceted.
Howard, we only have 30 seconds left. What do you think Danny's legacy will be?
You know, I think the legacy of Danny is going to be that it's going to be about a Manitoba-born and bred impresario who used his immense talents and drive to leave us with some wonderful crafted stories for the stage and film about the times we lived in and their historical significance. And I'm just looking forward. I just hope we see something like the musical eventually end up on Broadway one day, because I think that would be the ultimate tribute to Danny.
Howard Kruger, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks, Jen.
Some sad news to share with you tonight. Winnipeg composer, producer, and playwright Danny Schur has died following a short battle with brain cancer. Schur was best known for his creation, Strike, the musical. Strike brought the story of Winnipeg's famous 1919 general strike to global audiences. The musical was later adapted as a motion picture called Stand. Over a career spanning more than 35 years, the Juno Award winner also worked with recording artists such as Chantal Kreviazuk and McMaster and James. Danny Schur was 56. Winnipeggers.
A well-known Winnipeg composer and producer has passed away. Danny Schur died yesterday after a short battle with brain cancer. He's well known for Strike, the stage production, and Stand, the movie. Both are based on the events of the Winnipeg 1919 general strike. Schur was 56 years old.